Hey, this is Taylor at Truck World RBA. Today we're going to take some time and look at this 2019 International MV106. It's an extended cab configuration, has 159,000 miles, a little over 5,700 engine hours on it. It's powered by a Cummins 6.7 diesel, mated to an Allison automatic transmission. Has an 11-foot nap-hide service body on it, a Stellar 12-621 crane, hydraulic outriggers, a hydraulic air compressor, and a set of drawers. This truck is under CDL. It's 25.9 GVWR with an air ride rear, locking rear end, air brakes. Really nicely set up truck all the way around. This truck came to us from down south, does not have any rust to speak of in any of the compartments or underneath the bed floor or on the chassis. The goal of these videos is to show you everything about the truck as if you were here looking at it in person. So the first half of the video, I'm going to go around the exterior, point out any cosmetic imperfections. We'll look inside all the compartments underneath the truck. The second half of the video, I'll do a cold start, drive the truck down the cul-de-sac here. Then we'll run all the equipment on it, the crane, the compressor. If at any point in time you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text anytime at 804-716-8487. Now there are some areas of cosmetic damage on the cab. You have a little dent right here as well as some paint chips there. Another little dent right here along this body line. This is just a little bit of ghosting and residue that we can get off. It's left over. One little scratch right there. Other than those couple little dents right on that rear door panel, the cab's pretty clean overall. The interior is clean as well. The seat bottom and back have just been replaced. They're brand new, so there's no rips or tears here. It's an air ride seat. Again, air ride rear, cruise control, locking rear end. Rear view camera. Tons of tons of cab space inside of here. Internationals definitely have the roomiest cabs in terms of height. And then being an extended cab, you have tons of storage space in the rear for your connectors, laptops, diagnostic equipment, anything like that. Really a nice configuration. I don't know why I don't see more set up like this in the extended cab, because it makes a lot of sense to me. Doesn't make the truck too long with an 11-foot body. It's a really nice configuration on it. Brand new steer tires on the truck. We just installed these. Now this truck's been fully serviced. If you'd like a list of any of the repairs just done prior to us offering it for sale, I can send you over receipts for parts and labor for all the work just performed. A bunch of rock chips all along the front bumper as well. I'm just going to kind of slowly pan around these. We use all OEM parts and we recondition our trucks. And again, I can send over receipts for any of the work just done. The hood, grille, and front fenders are clean. No damage to the fiberglass, no chips that I can really see to point out. Now again, the bed is an 11-foot nap-hide service body. It does have its factory paint intact. You have bed liner all down the front of all the bins as well as on the bin tops. Some exterior lighting and interior lighting as well on the bed. This first compartment here, your passenger one compartment, is for your torch bottles. So you have your bottle racks and straps on the right hand side, and on the left hand side you have 3 sets of shelves. The bed and the truck are the same year. This truck came out of a large fleet. It's a one-owner, fleet-owned truck. Again, it did come from down south. The truck and body have always been together. A little bit of paint failure down here underneath where that door seals. This is your passenger 2 compartment. 2 more sets of shelves inside of it. Now all these doors close, latch, lock, and obviously seal as they should. We have the bin keys for the body, and they are all keyed the same. All the latches run off the same key. 1 more wide shelf inside this compartment. New drive tires as well across the rear of this truck. You have a little bit of paint failure on the edge of this door, a little chip here on the back. This is your crane compartment, so underneath you have your Railcraft hose reel, outrigger levers, your air regulator and dryer. This is the on-off panel that sends power back to the bed control panel right here to operate all your lighting, the crane, the compressor. The crane is run off a factory wireless remote that's located inside the cab. It has its own charging cradle inside of the cab. It's a rechargeable remote. A little bit of paint damage here on the bumper. You have your pass-through rear bumper. Wilton vise on the back. Nice large work deck rear bumper on this truck. Now the bumper does have some chips all on it, some areas where the bed liner is flaking off or peeled. You can see kind of all around there. And the tailgate as well has taken a little bit of a beating. You do have some easy track inside of the bed. Be able to tie down whatever load you're carrying. And then the bed also has the master slide lock, so you can push this in, put a padlock through it. You can lock all the compartments all the way down each side all at once. Your driver rear compartment, you have 1 shelf inside of here. And all the compartments do have the interior tabs, so you can easily move these shelves up and down or add additional shelving if you'd like. Pretty easy to do with those tabs. You have a shelving unit inside of here. This would be a good candidate for a bolt compartment. Probably put better bolt drawers in here. If it were mine, you do have some of these little kind of cheesy toolbox slide out stuff, but kind of a blank set of shelving inside of there. Up on top, you have a bracket to mount a welder on, so you can mount a welder without having to drill into the top of your bins. The compressor is also mounted on top of its own bracket, so there are no holes drilled into the top of the box. Can't really make out the hours on the compressor from here, but I can get a better look in a minute. It's a Vanair RC40 hydraulic compressor. A little bit of paint damage there. Nice wide compartment here for your driver front bin. You have 1 shelf on the right hand side, and then a set of C-Tech drawers. 7 drawers total with a shelf on top of them. That about wraps up the cosmetic portion of this video. I'm going to hop in the truck and take it for a spin now. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487. 159, 182 on the miles. Rearview camera. Hop on over and see the hours. 57:23 total engine hours. Let the brake air build up a little bit. charging cradle here for the remote, so this recharges the remote. There's an extra lithium-ion battery down there as well. It goes right here in the handle of the remote. Again, it's a wireless, fully proportional, so you can control the speed off the trigger on the back of the remote as well. Looks like I have my brake air built up. Again, it's a 6.7 Cummins ISB, made it to an Allison automatic transmission. Another thing that's nice about the extended cab, you lengthen that wheelbase a little bit, so it's not quite as bumpy as a short 11-foot bed. Pretty good turning radius, all things considered. I'm going to go off the pavement here a little bit, but I think I can make this turn still. Plenty of power, shifts through the gears nicely, really gets up and goes. Take a look at the engine now. Talk a little bit about the lighting on the truck. You do have these two front strobes mounted inside the grille. There's a couple lights that we need to check the wiring on. You have this one floodlight on the passenger front corner. I'm going to add interior light in this first compartment. The second compartment does have an interior light strip in it. It's working. Another interior light strip in this passenger wheel well compartment. No lighting in the crane compartment. You have the two rear strobes. And then we're going to add a light right there on that bracket and then see why this one's not working. You also have the top mount strobe up there on the headache rack. You have more interior LEDs inside of this compartment. Wheel well compartment, and then two more sets inside of here. One more side mount light, that's the last one we need to check and just get that working. So you have ample amount of exterior lighting along the top. We'll get the rest of the interior ones working that aren't working, and then you have your front, rear, and top mount strobes as well. So tons of lighting all the way around. Hydraulic outriggers, fully deployed. This remote is a brand new Stellar factory remote that we just purchased. Again, the crane's fully proportional, so the speed is controlled off the trigger on the back. It's a 12,000 pound capacity crane, 21-foot 2-stage hydraulic extension. I'm gonna run the crane all the way out. Winch it down so I can extend the crane all the way out to its full extension. Any two block works as it should. You can really feather the speed by just barely pulling the trigger. The crane will move just a tiny bit at a time. Excellent speed control on this crane. Set it right back down where it belongs. Now from the remote, you can also control the compressor. So if I pull down here, the compressor jumps on. Builds up to about 170 or so before it hits the cutoff. Drain out some air, it'll come back on. You can turn it off right here. Turn the truck off and on from the remote as well. That about wraps up this demo video. Once again, it's a 2019 International, under 160,000 miles, a little over 5,700 hours with a 12,000 pound crane, 21-foot two-stage hydraulic extension, 11-foot service body. Really nicely equipped truck, air ride rear, Cummins powered. If you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text anytime, 804-716-8487. This is All I Buy and Sell if you're looking for something slightly different. Let me know. We get new trucks in on a weekly basis. Thanks again for watching.